Okay, so you get what's going on here. You get that we all avoid pain, we all seek pleasure, and we all take the easy way out. We conserve energy whenever possible. So you might be asking yourself now, well, Robert, that's great and all, that makes sense, but then how the heck do I stand a chance at changing my preferences? I like what I like, and I don't like what I don't like. And here's the question you need to ask yourself right now, is that really true? I don't know about you, but I'm curious, have you ever had the experience of you really loved a food or a drink at one time in your life? Maybe something that you ate as a child that as an adult you couldn't even think of having. I'll tell you one of my personal experiences. I will never forget, I think I was 15 or 16 years old, and I was out with some friends, and one of their older brothers got us a bottle of Southern Comfort, and me and two other friends drank the entire bottle of Southern Comfort one balmy summer evening in Maryland back in the 80s. And during that time, I will just tell you this, I was permanently cured the next morning of Southern Comfort forever. Now, prior to that night, the idea of, getting alcohol of any sort or, Southern Comfort seemed really, really appealing. I heard it was a sweeter drink, that it would taste better than some of the other drinks that adults had. But the idea seemed really, really good. And the next morning, when I thought about it, it seemed completely different. In fact, to this day, I'm 47 years old as of shooting this video. To this day, even the sight of Southern Comfort in a magazine, I usually see that when traveling to a conference or on an airplane somewhere. When I see the picture, I have to literally turn my head away and turn the page because it begins to turn my stomach. So as you can imagine, it takes zero effort to say no to something like Southern Comfort. How is that possible? How do we go from loving something to not loving something? And the secret to understanding that is realizing how we respond to reality. Now, in NLP, we go into this in great depth, but here's what I'll tell you for now. We always avoid pain, we always seek pleasure, we always conserve energy. But what we perceive as painful, what we perceive as pleasurable, what we perceive as a good risk or a bad risk is in the mind. And it's not a factor of what's going on out there, it's a factor of what we are thinking about and responding to in our mind. Now, in neuro-linguistic programming, we say that people don't respond to reality, they respond to their own internal made-up map or collage of reality. So think of it this way, for everything in your life, every person, everything, every activity, different aspects of yourself, and certainly foods and drinks, there is a collage in your mind. And in that collage are certain pictures and feelings and tastes and smells that are important to you and you have stored about that, whether you're conscious of it or not. But you have a collage in your mind for every one of these things. And what you are responding to when you think about doing this thing, whether it's a green light or a red light, is you are thinking of this collage in your mind. So if you fill this collage with all of the things that are yummy and exciting and feel good about working out, for example, you are likely to go and work out. It's just that simple. But if when you think of working out, you think of the pain and the suffering and the sweating and the inconvenience and all these things that make you go, ugh, and make you kind of feel yucky, then you're going to get a red light and you're not going to work out. And it's just that simple. It's not a factor of how working out is in reality. And we know that there are people that love working out and people that don't. What's the difference? It's the collage they're making in their mind. You have a collage in your mind about everything, and that is what's driving your eating choices and your eating behaviors and your exercise choices and your exercise behaviors. It's affecting all of the choices you make about your lifestyle and all the choices you make about who you spend time with, how you spend time, how you make decisions. We're always responding to our own internal made-up version of reality in our mind. And here's one additional fact I'll leave you with. There was a paper that was put together. It was actually a thesis paper by a man named George Miller back in the 50s. And he wrote a paper called The Magical Number 7 ± 2. In this study, he concluded that on a good day, we can track maybe 9 things consciously at the very most. And on a bad day, about 4. So it's about 7 ± 2 to 3. We can track less than 10 things constantly at any one time. What that means is what you tend to focus on first, whatever you put in that collage, whatever you think of first, will tend to dominate your mind and push out everything else as a result. And so when you understand this principle, you know that what you're paying attention to and what you're focusing on makes a difference. And we've all had the experience of being really excited about an idea or an event or maybe something we were going to do or something we were going to eat. And then we heard some more information from someone else and that changed the collage and instantly we felt differently. This is the principle by which we're going to help you begin to reprogram your mind. And that's what the Ultimate Weight Loss Program is all about. So stay tuned for the next video and we'll show you how this applies to that #1 mistake all people make when losing weight.